ginagawa pa lang yung unang bahay namin.
Yeah.
And then I told my dad, who's the one doing this? And then I was in grade 2 at that time. And then my dad said, it's an architect who did that.
Yeah.
I wanna be an architect. Somebody.
Yeah.
From architecture to interior design and then coming into jewelry design, you're very multifaceted.
To do my task. And then one day I said, I should stop being a draftsman. I should be the one who's leading the design.
Kasi I find that like kung pangarap mo talaga siya or if you really have that drive for it, you can do it and you will do it.
Yeah. The boss told me, you're an Asian and you cannot be a client-facing. The next week, I quit my job. I look for a new job.
Yeah.
It's racist. I lost my confidence at that week.
I am so excited for our episode today. On the show, we have Jennifer Saratan, a licensed architect and interior designer with over 20 years of international experience across the UAE, China, and the Philippines. Currently, she's a concept project manager at Coj Interiors in Dubai, and she has led projects with top firms like Summertown Interior, Swiss Bureau, and Perkins & Will. A lead green associate, she is skilled in both design software and manual techniques, blending technical expertise and creative vision to deliver impactful architecture. She is also a photographer and she owns her own jewelry line. Please help us welcome Miss Jennifer Saratan. Hi,
How are you?
welcome.
How are
I'm
you?
good. I'm good. We're excited.
Thank you for having me here.
Of course. It's a pleasure. I would like to start off by congratulating you on winning the July 2024 Camera Day Competition by HIPA. Ano yung feeling? What's the feeling of being recognized in your photography as well?
So actually, I was shocked at first because I received a message from a friend, a fellow
Yeah.
photographer, and
Yeah.
congratulated me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Congratulations, Jen, you won." What I won where? What
Yeah.
did I won?
Yeah.
So and then he shared me the link
Yeah.
of the HIPA Instagram page. And then, oh wow, it's my photograph in there.
Yeah.
So I was honored to have that because I just started photography professionally like 2 years at the time.
Yeah.
So it was so good feeling.
So sumasali ka ba ng mga photography contests or was this the first one na sinalihan mo?
So actually, I tried several. Siguro, I have tried it for a year
Yeah.
before I won.
Yeah.
Because I said, okay, maybe I'll try it. Because it's no harm in trying.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I posted that when I took that photo, it wasn't even meant for a competition.
Yeah.
I went to Oman,
Yeah.
and then I found this guy. He is a security guard in the museum.
Yeah.
And then he is having his rifle next to him. So I said, "Hi, can you pose for me for a little bit and then just show this guy?" So it's a random.
Wow.
So very
what a blessing.
Yeah, street photography. If you haven't seen the photo, it's like a photo of this guy wearing the traditional outfit and he has a rifle beside him.
Yes.
Street photography style siya.
Yes.
I know personally because I'm a fan of street photography as well. So I enjoyed that photo and it was a good capture actually.
Yes.
And now that you mention it, you talk to your subjects when you shoot?
Yeah, so at the time we were roaming around the museum.
Yeah.
And then there is a guy who is doing a weaving next to him.
Right.
And he is just like chatting with the guy.
Yeah.
And then I told him, "Hi, is it possible for me to take a photo? Because of course here in UAE you cannot just took
Yes.
a
Take-
photo of
yeah,
anybody,
exactly.
Or anywhere in Middle East, I guess.
Yeah.
So I asked his permission, and then he smiled to me, and then he just nodded. So, and then since I saw the rifle next to him, I said, "Can you just hold this?" So I somehow manipulated, like asked him to do a pose for me. So
Yeah.
Wow. But you mentioned that this was your second year doing photography
as a professional.
as a
yeah.
professional. So what drew you into photography?
So I was lucky enough when I was 14, I have my first camera.
Wow.
So it wasn't a professional one, but I was using film back then, of course. It was
Yeah.
just film before. So I randomly take photo of person's back, maybe macro image of a leaf, and then I asked my mom to develop it. And then she said, what are you taking photos of? Back of a person and a building. What is this? You didn't even take a photo of my face. So, but she was so supportive of me, and she developed everything that I asked her to do. So yeah.
Yeah,
I was that
that's a
kind
very
of time.
supportive mother as well.
Yeah. And now, how did that comment saying na, ano ba, batok ng tao yung pinipicturean mo? Ngayon, now, you're a street photographer and you ask people, oh, can you pose for me? So it's like, I feel like it's a full circle moment even for photography. Because it's not easy, I have to say. Like approaching people, most especially in the Middle East, to pose for your photo. And winning that photo. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. Thank you.
Now we want to touch on design. You're architect. You're an architect by profession.
Yes.
Tell us about your journey into the world of design.
Okay, I started as a draftsman. So I started from, we could say, the lowest stage of our career
Yeah.
as a draftsman, and I became a visualizer as well.
Right.
So at the time when that was like my first 3 years in the Philippines, I was working with a Japanese firm, and I really do have a good mentor. So I have a Japanese boss, and like taught me of all the softwares that I am currently working on right now. So, and what is good about that is I have learned a lot and how the Japanese work. So the discipline and like how I managed to do my tasks. And then one day I said, I should stop being a draftsman. I should be the one who's leading the design. So that's when I stepped up and I said to myself, I should be the designer instead of the draftsman, the
Yeah.
technical.
How did you? Was there an opportunity for you to? How did you decide na ayoko na maging draftsman? I want to.
Oh, so
Yeah.
so I shifted here in Dubai like around 2006.
Yeah.
And then I said, no, so I have an interview, right?
Yeah.
And then I said, I am applying for a senior designer position. And then, yeah, I applied for
You came here and then you
Yeah.
applied for a senior designer
Yes,
position.
So something more senior than what you would normally
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Good.
Because
Aim high dapat.
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
And so, syempre, at that time, I can do 3D, and then I'm also good at drafting and technical, right? And
Yeah.
so I told the boss, like, yeah, I could be your designer because I know it technically. I know how it is done. You don't have to teach me anything, and I could tell the person who's gonna draft it like this, gonna be like this.
I love the confidence.
So,
Wow.
yes.
Yeah.
So, at the time, I said to myself, I shouldn't be like, because I feel like some Filipinos, they're happy. I'm sorry to say,
Yeah.
but some of us like, oh, okay na tayo dito. Malaki na yung sahod natin. But then,
Yeah.
yung ganun ba, okay, I can be just a draftsman. It's comfortable. But then I said, no, I challenged myself. I need to be a designer. I need to be a designer here. So, yeah.
What do you-
Yeah, go.
What makes you think that like where your creativity comes from? You think it's coming from like your parents or like the environment that you're in?
So,
Your creativity and confidence. Can I
Yes,
add
yes.
that? Yeah.
actually, when I was young,
Yeah.
so I saw blueprints in our home. Yun yung ginagawa pa lang yung unang bahay namin.
Yeah.
And then I told my dad, who's the one doing this? And then I was in grade 2 at that time. And then my dad said, it's an architect who did that.
Yeah.
I wanna be an architect someday.
Grade
Oh,
grade
that's
ano
so.
ka nun?
That was
Grade two.
amazing.
Grade
Your
2.
revelation came so early in
Yeah.
the days.
Wow.
So it was always been my first choice.
And that explains why when you went here and applied for a job, you had that courage to really go for to push for what you really want.
Yes.
No, and that's
Her
not
lifelong dream as well.
yeah. Kasi
You know?
I find that like kung
Great.
pangarap mo talaga siya, or if you really have that drive for it, you can do it. And you
Yeah.
will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Did
true.
you what were the challenges you faced as a Filipina working in the UAE?
Oh, I have an experience
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
Like, so I was here and then I moved to China.
Yeah.
And then I went back.
Okay.
Okay, so when I went back, I applied for a senior role in one of a fit-out company.
Okay.
And then the boss told me, you're an Asian. And
Oh.
you cannot be a client-facing.
Okay.
Did he really?
How How
So
did you
I was
respond to
working.
that?
So I worked with that company for three years or 2 years, something like that. And then I applied for a more senior position, and then the boss told me that. So the next week I quit my job. I look for a new job because
Yeah.
it's racist, and also you're confident. I lost my confidence at that week. Like I cried. Like
Yeah.
how could this guy tell me that?
Mm.
And then until now, if I think about it, I feel, you see my
Emotional.
voice, like
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
emotional about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I quit my job and then I look for a new job. Like I approach higher management in one company because we were a fit out company. So I am dealing with a consultant. Since the consultant knew how I work, she interviewed me and I got the job at the next week.
Oh, good, good. And I'm glad you overcame that, you know?
Yes.
I mean, it's good that you also left because if he didn't believe in you, then that's not the right
Yeah,
path. So
correct.
you followed
So-
your instinct and look at where you are now.
Yeah.
This is incredible.
And I'd just like to piggyback on what you said. Na there are many instances that Filipinos would settle with the racism, with the substandard quality of treatment,
Yeah.
and it's good that we have leaders, most
And
especially women
fighters
and
as well.
fighters in the UAE, setting the example that we should not settle for this. We should not settle for anything less. And
Yes,
and
true.
and the example that you set, I feel, is very very important, most especially to the others. Now I want to just circle back on architecture
Yeah.
and design. You said that you are a technical detailer. You said that you do visuals. Do you have a preference? Ano yung pinaka na-enjoy mo about our field?
I think when you're creating and then you are creating a space for people.
Yeah.
You creates the activity.
Yeah.
You are dictating them what to do in that space.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's us
Yeah.
who's giving them that experience afterwards. So for example, this studio, someone designed it this way.
Yeah.
So this is how we are interacting with the space. So it's really good feeling that we are that person who would dictate someone else's activity in the future.
Yes. What about what type of architecture do you enjoy? Do you like high-rise, mid-rise, residential, sprawling?
So actually, I really, in my early days of my career, of course, we always wanted to design something iconic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed that. When I was in China, I was able to design museums, stadium, and public spaces. So at that time, I really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
So I think I appreciated public spaces because
Yeah.
you could manipulate the space and then you could design it freely.
I love
And
that.
it's quite challenging because the scale is very big.
Exactly.
What would you say? I mean, how would you say that your design evolved through the years after Dubai, then China, and back to Dubai?
And to add to that question, describe to us that transition you had between UAE and China. Like, how was that like? Yeah.
So actually, the first time I came to China, I got the word culture shock, that you'll get shocked. Like I couldn't speak. I got a headache for a month because everybody speaks in Chinese, and I couldn't even order a food for myself. I have to call the translator and
Oh my
give my
goodness!
phone,
Yeah.
give my phone to the server in a restaurant just to order something and make sure that I'm eating a chicken and not something else.
And Jennifer, were you in Beijing or were you in Shanghai or
So
in?
first I was in Shenzhen, and then
Yes.
after a year I moved to Beijing. So most of my time in China I was in Beijing.
Yeah, that is really tough. They do speak fluently.
Yeah, yes.
Like
So
fluent
I
Mandarin
learned
over
the street
there.
language. So sometimes I see myself in the mirror talking to myself in Chinese. Just practicing.
Well, what would you say the advantages that or lessons that you've learned from that, working in China, and it was the golden time of China at that time.
Yes.
And then coming here to Dubai, and now it's the golden time for the Middle East in Dubai.
So the thing when I was in China, I was given the opportunity to really experience being an architect. because I was developing a big scale project, mixed use project with a
Yes.
hotel, with a residential, with a shopping mall. So at the time it's a little bit difficult because they do have different rules and regulations, and also they do believe in feng shui.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They do.
So
They do.
I need to know the north. We shouldn't put a room in the north.
Really?
Those kind of things. And then, so like, there's a different things. Like here, we would put all the buildings closely together because the sun there.
True.
You should put a spacing. The building shouldn't be
Oh my.
enshadowed by
Can
another
I-
Like
one.
you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like different norms, different countries as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Can I just digress a little bit and ask more about feng shui? Like, how do you pronounce it?
Feng shui.
Feng shui.
Yeah.
Common feng shui mistakes that people make. What are they? Top of mind.
I'm not that really good at it, but
Yeah.
because for example, in China, you shouldn't put a room in the north because they say it's about death.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Because it's
Glad
the
you're sharing
coldest
this
part.
with everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is the coldest part of China.
Yes.
So ideally, the room shouldn't be there. I think it's my
okay.
watch.
Okay. It's like.
Yeah, and then and also like the entrances.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is also true that you should avoid entrances. And then like when you have a toilet bowl, the door shouldn't be facing it.
Facing it.
Uh-huh.
So those kind of things.
Okay. It's important. Actually, I no, sorry. I'm sorry to because but I just feel like it's an interesting. It's
Yeah.
an interesting topic, and we can have a separate episode
Yeah,
on that
correct,
entirely. But it's nice that we touched up on that. Now you said that your experience was in the UAE and China. Like, how was the return back here, and then Coach Interiors? Tell us about the start of.
So when I came back here, because when I was in China, I had health issues there because it's a little bit.
Yeah, the
it's a
pollution and the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I have to shift and go back here.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time, I was trying to have an architectural position
Mm.
because I was used to doing that when I was in China. But at the time, I think around 2014, it wasn't that booming. So interiors were booming at that time. So I give it a go.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah, and then what
So
I
that's how you
yeah.
entered interiors,
Interiors.
as well.
Yes. So that is that time that okay, I'll give it a try.
And you succeeded as well.
Yeah.
Because of the fighting spirit.
The thing with interiors is just the difference between architecture and interiors is the
Yeah.
intricacy of work. Because in architecture, you'll build the shape of the building,
Yeah,
this
the-
kind of
the
things,
shape,
and then
yeah.
if you were a concept architect, you'll just decide how it look like, and then what's the materiality. But you don't really look into all of those smallest detail. But when you went into interior, you'll be nitpicking all those joints.
Yes.
I agree.
You
But
know,
what is
those
your-
screws if they're exposed?
Exactly.
But what would be your true love? Architecture or interior design?
Of course, I love architecture. So all of my design, as an interior designer, I always use architecture as my reference.
Nice.
Like I designed one interior office, and I played a lot with the ceiling. I made it like faceted, and I created a different vibes on it.
Nice.
What do you and what kind of projects do you enjoy most in college interiors?
So I enjoyed the corporate interior because it's fast paced, and you could see the outcome in 6 months and 8 months like that. So it's quick.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're able to explore more, and then explaining it to the client that it's not just a workplace.
Right.
It should be a place where people feel comfortable and where they have their well-being. You know, so I feel like having a designer who designed properly for workspace would be really good, considering sustainability.
We had like an office designer earlier on the show. Your thoughts on what makes a good office design and like a bad one?
bad one,
Yeah.
A bad one.
Yeah.
So I think if a person who is using the office isn't really comfortable, like the well-being of the person wasn't treated in that space, then it's a bad design. For example, if you sit on a corner where all of the sun is glaring on your screen, so meaning to say the designer haven't thought of it, that the screen shouldn't be facing the window, those kind of things. And then maybe if they haven't considered controlling of the situation in the offices, like how you control the environment. So those kind of things has to be considered
Yeah.
in the workplace.
Just a question. I'm asking this for our Gen Z millennials, actually anyone who's listening, because since this is such a hot topic, does design of your office or your home affect mental health, and how does it affect your mental health, you think?
So since most of the time we are sitting in the workplace if we're an employee,
Yeah.
correct? So if we try to mimic what is comfort in our home
Right.
to our workplace, then it's a good feeling for that person. For example, before like maybe around 90s, they would have the workstation with all dividers and everybody would have the same thing. Now, the workplace now has been evolved. It has a mix of F&B. It has a mix of hospitality.
Yeah.
And then there's some spaces that is collaborative, open meeting rooms.
Yeah.
So those areas has been evolved through the years, and then phone booths. So privacy is still there, but then you'll able to play with the certain area of it, or maybe you'll design it a little bit fun in some parts.
So we've heard you've also done some jewelry design. How do you balance work with jewelry design as well?
So actually, the jewelry making is part of my stress reliever.
From the office design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm so stressed, I'll go in front of my collections and I'll pick something, and then I want to do something so that I'll forget about whatever stress I have in the office.
So you like to do everything with your hands, like you want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for example, this one I made it myself.
It looks beautiful.
Thank
I have to say.
I can't even believe you've done this by hand as well.
Thank you.
Tell us
So-
about it. What?
Yes.
Yeah. How?
So it is a wire wrapping technique,
Oh.
and it's a raw gemstone.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So everything is unique. Like when you have a different shape of stones, it's just morph into it.
Did you, how did it start? Like, tell us.
Yeah, tell us more.
Yeah.
So there was a time when I was about to attend an event, and then I was thinking I need a piece for my outfit, and I couldn't find one. And I have something in my head; it should be existing. This design should be existing somewhere,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find it. So I decided I'll do it anyway. So I went to gather some raw materials,
Yeah.
and then okay, maybe I'll try to do it. So I used that piece in that event, and the same night that I was wearing that, someone asked me where I bought it.
Oh.
And that person is my first customer.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I have
Who
to
would
say,
have thought, like,
yeah.
from architecture to interior design and then coming into jewelry design, you're very multifaceted.
Yeah,
know?
so I think I feel like as a designer, we always have that blood running through our veins that we want to create more, something out of ordinary.
Yes.
So yeah, I feel we always have that. Maybe not in jewelry, maybe you're doing knitting, you're doing sewing, those kind of things.
But what would you advise to the listeners today? How they can activate that part of their creativity, not only just in architecture. How can you encourage them to bring that out as well?
So
Sorry, can I
Yeah,
just
sure.
and it's a beautiful question because you do photography, you do interior design, and you do jewelry. It's like you're 24/7. You're being creative. Like you're always
And
creating
in different worlds,
in different
ways.
forms.
Yeah.
Yeah, in different. It's creativity, but different templates. You know what I mean? So how do you sustain that? And like, what would you advise people on how to do that?
So I think you just try to find time because we're always busy. Work will always be there.
Right.
So if you find time for yourself and something that you really like, then it would be the start.
Actually, speaking about time, when do you think you are the most creative? Daytime, nighttime,
Good question.
or in the middle of the night, 3 a.m.?
Actually, well, not when I'm hungry. That's for sure. I don't know. I sometimes because I think being creative doesn't just end when you're sitting on the table. It can be somewhere when you're taking a shower, something just pops up. You know, I have this weird thing that even I'm just in the washroom and I'm just staring at the tiles, I could see images from it.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I have that when I was a kid as well. Like I don't know if I'm
Yeah,
autistic or
you have
something.
a big imagination.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So one time I just took a photo of that tile and then I sketched on it and then I create there's like an image that I could see from it. So I think it doesn't matter where you are. It just comes out when or maybe when your mind is free and you're not really thinking about anything. And sometimes I will just ask my husband, give me a pen, give me a pen. What is it? I wanted to sketch something. I thought, even if I'm in a meeting, I thought of a jewelry design. I'll just sketch there and then just listen to the meeting. You know, like, because it pops up in my head. So you just need to put it down somewhere so that
yes.
you'll have it recorded. You know?
But Jennifer, you're more born with it. What would you say to the listeners who pretty much struggle with design and they land pretty much on the technical or project management side? How could you share, your thoughts with them, how they can bring out their creativity as well?
Well, I think it's a matter of choice, actually. Some people, they really...
Because you're born with it.
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is, for example, there are people who is really happy in doing technicals.
Yeah.
Like, do have some friends that they enjoyed being a technical. They pursued and they become managers of that department.
Yes.
So I think if you are really into design and then you were stuck somewhere, you should always try to approach or what do you call it? Shadow someone.
Yeah.
I think shadowing someone would be a great help. For example, like you idolize me and then maybe you'll tell me you want to shadow me. And then I could show you what I'm working on and then you'll try to do it yourself, like it's like when you have some experience on working on because for me when I mentor someone, I always tell them that if you wanted to be like this, you try to do this. For example, I have an Indian draftsman that he really wanted to become a designer. And he was so scared. And then he will just say, by the way, Jen, this is the drawing. And he will not even dare to try something else. He will just draw what he thinks he knows. And then I told him, don't be shy. Come to me. I know how it is going to be detailed. I know how it will gonna look like. So you approach me, I'll tell you what to do. And then the next day, he's owning now his own drafting company.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
India.
That's amazing.
That's incredible, and that's very encouraging as
Yeah,
well.
so like seeing those people thrive also, like with my help or with my mentorship, it really feels good.
You mentioned earlier something about kind of visualizing. You have an idea and you want to sketch it. You want to really release it and to make it tangible. Our researchers have found out that on LinkedIn you actually post creative visualizations by AI. Your thoughts on this, on AI? How is it affecting the workflow of architects in
that
interior
you
design?
asked.
Yeah.
Yes, let us know more about it. AI is just
Yeah.
it's all over the place.
And they're
now.
really good. I have to say the images she shares.
Yeah, and those were like a year or 2 years ago images.
Can you
Yeah,
imagine what can you
share,
do
like,
now?
what, like,
Yeah.
So
what programs you use, what
so
softwares.
that software I use is Midjourney. So actually AI seems to be really scary as of the moment because it was evolving right so quickly.
True.
Exactly.
And then it can this kind of podcast maybe they'll think maybe it's an AI. Someone would question something like that.
Yeah.
Because you could easily just put my face into something and someone would dub on it.
That's true. Yeah.
But the thing with AI is, it's something that is a tool for us to use. So, if you embrace it and try to manipulate it on the way that it will help you,
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be scare you. Shouldn't be a tool that would scare you that I might lose my job. There's no way it's gonna take our jobs. We're architect, and then spaces we need human to fill the. It's like a human touch on the space. Of course, you can just ask AI to build to give you a plan of a 2-bedroom, but really, is that plan really suitable for the client? No, right?
Exactly.
Because you have to know what they want. So the AI wouldn't know that. So AI is just what you prompt. It's gonna do what you said to do. So you are manipulating it. You should be the boss of it.
Do you use it in your workflow in your office?
I use AI. Of course, we all do use Chat GPTs, and sometimes if I need to have a random image that I want, that I don't have a visualizer to work on it, sometimes I put in my sketch and try to play along with it. So yeah, I use AI also in my job.
What can you say to architects, designers out there who are resistant to using AI?
I think it's inevitable now that we embrace it.
Yeah.
Because if you try to resist it as of the moment,
Yeah.
you'll end up not losing into it. Like
Yeah. You will fade out, as
Yeah.
you would say, because you can't innovate. You can't like adjust to the times. And I feel like throughout
It's a trend now.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
trend. And throughout the years of like the evolving, like how many years ago CAD was the thing, and then we had BIM, we had Revit,
Yeah.
and then now we have AI. So being able to adapt as quickly as you can, I think, is essential if you want your organization to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just a way of educating yourself into this new technology. Because if you just stuck in your knowledge when you were in school, then you wouldn't thrive in this world. Of course, it's continuously changing. Our technology is changing, materials is changing. So we need to change alongside with those.
So the team that you have, the programs that they use as well, besides AI, would you say is CAD, Revit? How do you train them, and how do they develop the designs as well
So
in your vision?
So for me, I really love sketching. So I don't rely on AI to develop my ideas because, of course, when you prompt something, it's not exactly what you thought it would be. It will always give you someone else's idea merged together with another. So for me, I start everything with a sketch, and my batch when I took my licensure exam is drafting manual.
Yes,
So
yes, me too.
yeah, so at the time we were split in the middle. We are in that time that we were merging from manual to technology. So we were studying drafting alongside with AutoCAD, and then we're at the time when AutoCAD just started, I did my thesis stadium. And then I did a stadium as my thesis.
That's tough.
And then I was trying to build a 3D model in AutoCAD because we know how to extrude, right? This kind of things. And then there's something missing in this program. It cannot do the spline thing. At that time, there's no spline. And there's no follow the curve or something like that. And then the AutoCAD is always crashing every time I try to do something with that. And then I said, this is so difficult. Then I took again the drawing board because I know how to sketch. So I sketch it out. So yeah, so I think I always start with my imagination sketching out. So I'll able to see how it will look like digitally. If my sketch doesn't look good, it will not be good in digital.
That's beautiful. We have a segment here on the podcast where we ask everyone on the internet design questions. You mentioned earlier that you work on commercial spaces.
Yes.
You also have worked on residential and hospitality projects in the past. So these questions are from real people, and they ask these design questions for our experts here. First question we have is, how do you design lobbies in office towers so that they don't feel cold and intimidating? Do you have any tips?
So when you're designing for lobby, it has to be standing out and welcoming.
Right.
And it's the first thing that a person would see. It gives you the impression. It's like the first impression thing.
Yeah.
So when you enter and then the lobby looks sad, right?
Mm.
Then you say, "Oh, this building must be really bad," you know. And then, if the lobby is grand or with with those materials that are timeless
Mm.
and really good, it will stand out always, and it will always leave you an impression that I went to that nice building
Yeah.
because it has an impressive ceiling, it has impressive walls,
There is.
and things.
Go ahead, Miss Monica, if you can.
I was just wondering, what's the trick to making long corridors in commercial buildings feel less boring or less long?
Yeah.
So you try to play with the materials, like you try to introduce different material on the wall, or like have a wayfinding designs. So integrating also branding of the company would be nice to do that because I know that, and artworks really
Yes,
helps
yeah.
as well. I really love artworks in my design, so
Yeah, because office corridors are like,
They're
Yeah.
straight and they tend to be really boring. And corridors have the lowest ceilings, right?
true.
Yeah.
True.
So imagine.
like tips and tricks from Jennifer.
Yeah, like they're low ceilings and then they're very long and winding, so it can make you feel a bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think if you have something like an artwork or a change in the design of the ceiling that makes it interesting, so while you are having that journey
Yeah.
to the other office, you'll
Yeah.
still feel
Yeah.
good about the space.
Another question we have is there is a column in the middle of our office. How can I make a good design if column placements are a problem?
Oh my God, columns! I know, right?
Yeah, what would you do with them? It's in the middle of the
So I was just doing a tender where all the columns are literally in the middle of the space.
Oh.
So
This was a commercial project, yeah?
yes, it is
Okay.
a commercial project. So what I did with the columns is, I try to incorporate it in the rooms, and then if there is no way that there would be a room in that space, I try to make it a collaborative space, wherein I could enhance the space where the column is. I could use the column to be
Yes.
a part of the design. Like I did one time, like with what do you call it? Mix spaces where have a different levels on it. One is high standing, and then we have a low sitting, a bench. So the area became fun, and the column plays a big part of it.
Yeah, so taking away that fact that it's just a
Yeah.
randomly placed column there, you can add some elements to
And
make it more
layer it.
interesting. And,
That's
and
nice.
yeah, that's very creative.
Yeah, and then there's a time that I used the column as a center of the, what do you call it, like a hub for the managers and the workstation. So I split it into 4 areas like that,
Oh.
and have the other areas open, and then all of the design for the ceiling, it resonates from that column because they have a circular column at the time, and then their logo is more of a circular pattern. So I made it like that.
Yeah.
I like how creative your mind is. Like, anything can work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually really love that.
I think the thing with design is you can always make things work. That is how a designer should be.
Yes.
Like we should treat the problem, and then look for a solution
Yes.
on how we're gonna, because we're the designers anyway. We're the one who's creating it. We're dictating it. We're the one telling them this should be your office. Your design should be like this.
Yes.
How do you think people should attack design, especially with a rapidly changing world? Like we have new technologies every now and then. The question is, if you could redesign commercial office spaces for the future, like what's the first changes that we need to take into consideration to make?
Actually, I think right now we are eliminating closed offices. Like being like we are embracing the culture where we don't say sir and moms anymore. In the time of my mom, I used to hear her say ma'am
Yeah.
and sir
Yeah.
to big bosses. Right
Yes.
now, we are embracing the culture where everybody is equal. So minimizing the closed offices is a good way to do that, but it's still having that hierarchy in your design.
Of course.
You know, like maybe treating the space with a divider or something with a different table, or
Yeah.
that space have a different carpet. So those kind of things.
Yeah.
So and also in the workplace, it should feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like the people should be able to control the environment, like have the AC control properly, have the ergonomic chairs and tables, those kind of things.
These things are little, but they really add up to
Yeah.
to your indoor experience. And you know, it's important that we take consideration, as you said earlier, to these little details, to these tiny details, because it's those things that count. Your advice to our young listeners out there.
Okay, so what I advise the
Yeah.
fellow architects or
Yeah.
someone as inspiring designers
Yeah.
like us, don't be afraid to be yourself, and just claim it. If you know
Yeah.
you could do it, just claim it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because we are Filipino, we are too humble, and then we just wait for someone to lift us up.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be the case. Like for me, I tried, I learned it in a hard way,
Yeah.
that I should show it to the world. Yeah, I did the Google MENA office headquarters here in UAE. At that time, I said to myself, I should brag it
Yes, yes.
because I'm the one who designed it. So I put it out there, and then done. Then people recognized me.
Yeah.
So I think as long as what you brag about or what you tell your stories about are true, and you don't sugarcoat it, you just tell what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just be authentic in what you do.
What I love about you, the conversation that we have, is that it's a testament to the power of ambition. That if you put your mind and your heart into whatever you want, you can achieve it.
Yes.
And it's a testament to your story. I mean, your story is a testament to that truth that we have there. And even you speak about how you do photography, how you do jewelry, how you do design and interiors, and all of this you have achieved because you have decided that you will claim it.
Yes.
And I'm gonna be there, and I'm gonna do that. And it's an important lesson, most especially to us as Filipinos, because we are reminded all the time. The world tells us that Philippines is a small country, like the Philippines is like this and that. But it's because of people like you, Jennifer, and us here that really define that Filipinos are not meant for small roles anymore. We can stand up and we can deliver.
Yes.
And that's really an important lesson. So thank you so much
Thank you
for
so much.
sharing your
Thank
story
you.
and for
And
sharing
thank you
your
so much for setting no boundaries.
Exactly. Yeah. And yeah, thank you so much.
Thank
I hope you had a
you.
wonderful time.
Yes. Thank you for having me again.
Lines to Legacies is a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter. It's directed by me, Alexis Reyes. Edited by Marvin Berses and Surzan James Gulay. Research and writing by Katrina May Lim and Marivic Matellano. Hosted by Alexis Reyes, Irene Domingo, and Monica Marebi. Special hosts are Patrick Soriano and Carmina Austin Mamangun. Guest coordination by Van Adrian Latigay. Social media managing by Norlene Clarice Felizario, Edna Marie Optinalia, and Ran Dudang. Production design by Onofre Giao and Junilin Gallo. Operations is by Chris Garcia. Introduction is by Camila Latigay. And the podcast beat was produced by Patrick Soriano. Follow us on all our social media platforms at Lines to Legacies. See you next time on another episode of Lines to Legacies, a production by the United Architects of the Philippines Dubai chapter.